What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Torino Career Mode. This is episode number 54, and we start today's episode off here with a game against Juventus in the Derby della Mole. It's our second meeting against Juventus this season, but the first one, of course, in the league. The second meeting, but the first in the league. The first meeting we had with Juventus this season was in the Supercoppa, and we beat them by 2-1 to claim our second piece of silverware with Torino. But this is our first league meeting of the season. We've got off to a better start than Juventus in the Serie A, but of course, there's still a long way to go. But of course, it is worth noting last season they finished runners-up and we were the Serie A winners. So maybe, just like the first season, it'll be a battle between us two to see who wins the title again. And maybe that'll happen for all the rest of the series. You never know. But still, we take on Juventus for the first league meeting of this season. And the first chance would fall here, and the first goal would score here as well. Manolo Gabbiadini opens the scoring just under 7 minutes in, and it's the perfect start for Torino. Some nice passing after we won the ball back with Maximovic making a challenge. A lovely ball through by Danilo. What a lovely chip through ball it was. Gabbiadini ran onto it, and it was an absolutely superb touch to set himself up, and a great finish as well. Although I will say Courtois, he's a really good goalkeeper. I do highly rate Courtois, and I think he could have done a little bit better there. I mean, yes, don't get me wrong, there's a bit of shot power, and he's not too many yards away from Gabbiadini when he strikes it, but even so, it was straight at him and it just went straight through his legs. But even so, Juventus 0, Torino 1. Maybe I'm being a bit too critical, but still 1-0 to the away side. That's all that matters. But in the 18th minute, 1-0 soon became 1-1, and Alvaro Morata would equalise for Juventus just over 10 minutes later. Bit frustrating this one. I was holding up Alaba with De Vrij, just standing him up here and jockeying him as he played the ball inside. No one picked up the runner of Morata, and he just smashed the ball in the near post and made it 1-1. So good finish there, but I think De Vrij probably needed some help from his teammates there. Couldn't mark both of them, but still Juventus 1, Torino 1. In the 31st minute, a good chance for Juventus to take the lead for the first chance in the time in the game. Asamoah finds Gundogan, who scored against us in the Supercoppa, a really nice goal, but he's denied there by a good stop by Bernie as he turns it behind for a corner. So still Juventus 1, Torino 1. And from the corner, Asamoah swings the cross in, looking for his man, but it goes straight to Bernie. A terrible corner, really. And as Bernie catches it, he's not going to just hold on to the ball. He wants to get a counter-attack going. Just kicks the ball as long as possible towards Paulo Dybala, who holds the ball up, gives it to Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Çalhanoğlu plays it through towards Dybala. 1-1 with Courtois. And Dybala scores against the club he's joined in real life and makes it Juventus 1, Torino 2. So Paulo Dybala getting us back in front in this game in the 35th minute. And that was a really nice through ball by Hakan as well. He just waited for Dybala to run around his man, just peel off the last defender, played it through to him. Lovely weight on the through ball. And Dybala 1-on-1 with Courtois. I'm already really liking this guy. Like, I am really liking this guy as a striker. Choupo-Moting never worked out, but this guy, I'm feeling it already. Seriously, he's only had a few games into his Torino career, but he's already got his 4th goal in the Serie A. So, Choupo-Moting, I think, only scored 6 goals in total for us when he was playing for us after coming in January. Dybala's probably going to match that in just a couple more games. So, Juventus 1, Torino 2. In the 39th minute, Bernie had to make a good save here to keep it at 2-1. So, good stop there by a goalkeeper. And on the stroke of half-time, another good chance for Juventus here as Tevez picks the ball up from Pogba's pass inside towards Gundogan, going for goal. And again, Bernie makes a really good save. So, Bernie may have let him 1 goal in the first half. He was playing pretty well, a couple of good saves. In the second half, 3 minutes after the restart here, another good chance for Juventus, who were looking really dangerous in this game. Isla finds Tevez, back to Isla. Isla on the ball, and the Chilean finds Paul Pogba. Then back to Tevez. Nice passing here. Tevez gets himself inside, finds Pogba, holds the ball up here, whips it across towards the far post, and Gundogan was the header, but it hits the post, and we just about managed to clear the ball away. So still 2-1. We don't deal with the danger completely. Tevez finds Gundogan inside towards Tevez, and Tevez also hits the post. So in a matter of seconds, Juventus hit the woodwork twice, but we are still leading by 2-1. And from the corner, Gundogan crosses the ball in, looks for Carlos Tevez. He flicks it backwards towards Alaba, takes a touch and shoots, and he also hits the post. So 3 times the woodwork was struck there in just a few seconds in real time, and it's still Juventus 1, Torino 2. Goodness knows how we escaped from that. But from the goal kick, we pass out from the back as per usual, give it to Hakan here down the right-hand side, cuts inside and holds up the ball, plays it out wide towards Alexandro, our left back, takes it around Asamoah with a quick little fake shot, keeps on going, beats Alaba for pace, drills in across. Poloski's shot is well saved by Courtois, but it falls to Dybala, and Paulo Dybala makes it Juventus 1, Torino 3. So second goal of the game for Dybala. in a really crucial one as well, because the way that Juventus were playing, I thought for sure at any moment they're going to grab the equalising goal, take the momentum back, and surely go on to turn the game on its head and get themselves a goal, which could prove to be the winner. Instead, we go up the other end, score ourselves a goal, our third one in the game, second for Dybala, and surely now that's got to kill the confidence of Juventus. You know, to hit the woodwork 3 times in just a few seconds in real time, be playing, you know, they were playing better than us at this stage, and then for us to go and score a third goal, give ourselves a 2-goal cushion, that's got to completely ruin your confidence, and just know that the FIFA gods are not smiling on you. So Juventus won, Torino 3, and in the 59th minute, Alexandre went relatively close with his shot from range, just over the bar and behind for a goal kick, but in the 89th minute, it was still 3-1 to Torino. Juventus, like I said, sort of had their confidence killed a little bit, weren't able to create too much. Chiellini's header there went just over the bar and behind for a goal kick, but it was still 3-1, but sadly for us, we wouldn't be able to hold Juventus to a 2-goal lead, if you will. Juventus would indeed grab themselves a goal back in this game and a route back in this game, just as the clock was about to hit 90. Paul Pogba got the goal, but this is completely my fault, but also a sign of what I was talking about in episode number 50. When I promoted Lorenzo Motta, I said I don't want to play him centre-back because he's going to lose a lot of aerial battles to only being 5'9". That's exactly what happened there. I tried to chip the ball to him, he couldn't win it in the air. The header was played forward and Paul Pogba smashes the ball in and makes it 3-2. So Pogba gets Juventus back in the game. It was a bit too late for them, really. They'd sort of run out of steam a bit, and we did hold on for the win by 3-2. So yes, I made a mistake for the second goal, but even so, we get the win. Juventus 2, Torino 3, and it was one of those games where, let's be honest here, I know I got away with it. We haven't really had too many games like this in the series, to be honest. I can't even recall a single one we've had where we've been, you know, completely outplayed, yet we still snuck away with a win. But that was the first one right there. We beat Juventus by 3-2. That's the main thing, but let's be honest here. We all know that we left that stadium knowing that Juventus deserved at least, you know, at the very least a point, let alone getting themselves none. They certainly deserved a point, in my opinion, if not all 3. But even so, we got the win, and that is the most important thing. And following that, Muru came to us and decided to accept his contract, which is fantastic. The board put him on the transfer list because he was causing a bit of unrest due to not getting offered a new one. And I decided to offer him a contract because even though he's a backup left back now, Alexandro's come in and taken his place at left back and looked very solid early on. He's still a decent player who I want to keep in this team. Whenever I played him, he put in really good performances, and I want to keep Muru here, even if he is going to be a bench left back now, and nothing more than that for the foreseeable future. But even so, there we go, he accepts his contract, and I'm very happy. And we take on St Etienne for the second and final game of today's episode here. The French side come and take us on at the Stadio Olimpico de Torino for our second Champions League group stage game. We brushed aside the Dutch side Feyenoord by 3-0, I think it was, in the first game in the Champions League group stage here. And coming into this game against St Etienne, our first home game in the Champions League, I was feeling pretty confident, made quite a few changes. The first couple of chances fell to us, and the first goal was also scored by us as well. Daniele Vaselli opens the scoring 17 minutes in and makes it Torino 1, St Etienne 0. A rare goal scorer for us, and now he's going to be a rare starter for us in this Torino team. Now Lorenzo Motta's been promoted from the academy and taken his place in the defensive midfield position, so he's lost his place to a 17-year-old who started this game with him in this match. But even so, he still grabs a goal and shows me that he does still want some game time this season and doesn't want to be satisfied with a place on the bench. So Vaselli taps in the drill cross from Zardes and makes it Torino 1, St Etienne 0. So perfect start to this game, just 17 minutes in. In the 35th minute here, as we try and get the ball away, we give it away, and Diabate gets on the ball, back heels it towards his man, who shoots from just outside the area, hits the post, and we get the ball away. So St Etienne must have been watching game film from the Juventus match and thinking maybe we're going to be striking the woodwork just as many times as they did. But even so, it was still 1-0. In the 44th minute, Danilo was denied by a very good save by Ruffier, and St Etienne cleared the ball away. So really good save there, but it was still 1-0. But as Maximovic wins the ball back here, we get it back, and Vaselli plays that wide towards Alexandro down the left-hand side. Fake shots around his man and carries the ball over the halfway line. Motta then finds Daniele Vaselli, our first goal scorer, inside towards Zardes. Takes around his man with Burb spin, cuts inside and shoots, and also scores as well. In Zardes, as I mentioned before, I don't care, you know, whether he never grows a rated for me. I still want to keep him in the reserves because whenever he plays, whenever I give him chances, I mean, he is just so good at taking them. Like, seriously, he doesn't sulk, he doesn't sit there and say, it's not fair, I don't get in the team enough. No. Whenever he gets on the pitch, he's going to give maximum effort, and he always seems to come up with goals. So Torino 2, St Etienne 0, and in the 69th minute, it could have been 3-0. Zardes again on the ball, slides it across the face of goal, picks out Poloski, and we do indeed make it 3-0. Alberto Poloski finishing the chance, making it Torino 3, St Etienne 0. And just like the first goal, really, it was just played across the face of the goal. This one wasn't a drill cross, it was actually a triangle through ball. But even so, Poloski is not going to miss that one, just like Baselli didn't. And he pucks it into the back of the net. So Torino 3, St Etienne 0. And in the 88th minute, it could have been 4-0 to Torino. St Etienne really didn't do enough in this game, other than the one really good chance they had. Hakan gets on the ball and plays it through towards Paulo Dybala off the bench. Ronaldo chops around the last defender, finesses the ball into the corner and makes it Torino 4, St Etienne 0. So talk about a striker dilemma in this team, man. Seriously, all of our strikers have started the season off really well. Immobile, yes, injured, but Dybala, Poloski and Zardis as well, all three of them are showing us that even with Immobile injured right now, they all deserve to be in the first 11. And with performances like these, Immobile is going to struggle to get back into this first team when he returns from injury. But that does end the episode, guys. So as always, a massive thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode of Torino Career Mode, then please do leave likes. It's much appreciated, and of course it really does help my channel out. But of course you don't have to leave a like if you don't want to, but I would appreciate it regardless. And I'll see you for the next episode of Torino Career Mode very soon.